guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So before we get into this video, comment down below for more videos like this. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not done so already, and follow on my social media platform, including my other YouTube channel which I uploaded today. So check that out if you want to find out why I applied to Goldsmiths University in London. And all my other social media platforms will be down below, as I've said, in case you missed them, which they are right here. Anyway, so in my other YouTube channel, I did a Q&A, which you guys loved. So on Friday, sorry if you missed it, I posted another thing for this channel to see what questions you guys have for me, and you had loads. So let's get right into it. They are on my phone. I have written them down. Don't worry, I will not say your names as it is completely anonymous. So, first question. How do I run faster without getting injured? There's not really a specific way, as you do pick up little injuries and little niggles, and then you normally have specific stretches, because I still have tendon problems and a bit of back problem, but I do specific stretches to make sure it doesn't happen. I would say just stretch. If you're going to go faster, or especially longer, make sure you just stretch extra and make sure everything, like your legs are nice and warm and then you're not standing around too much, and that you basically have done the preparation. So basically just stretch it, I would say, because as long as you've like stretched everything and made sure everything's warmed up and that, you should not have an injury, basically. What's the best way to breathe while running? I don't think specific thing. I think it's different for every runner. I breathe through my mouth because I have deviated septum, so I actually can't breathe through my nose. But a lot of people have actually said if you breathe through your nose, you can run faster because you're not going, you're not panting when you run. So it probably is through your nose, but because I've thought about getting surgery for my deviated septum because you don't pant when you breathe through your nose, but a lot of people have said they found it hard. Some people don't actually breathe when they run, some people hold their breath. So I think it generally is depending though on what you are as a runner. So I actually can't give an answer on that. It generally is depending how you run. It's like suitable. Like I generally don't think, even if I didn't have deviated septum, I don't think I could breathe with my mouth closed. Don't know how I would do it. Like it's just depending on what you do as a runner. How many days a week should I run? That again is depending on whether you're a club athlete or just do it for fun. So I train 6 days a week, but I used to, when I was younger, do 3 days. Sometimes 4. I would say start with 1. Start with 1, a little bit less, and then gradually move it up. So don't start 6 days a week straight away, because that's not going to help. And that actually is how you pick up injuries if you are running too much, based on, because you have to think logically about, you might mentally be ready, but you might not physically be ready. So I would say once a week and then gradually build it up until 6 days. 6 days is the limit. You need at least 1 rest day, so 6 days definitely. Is it okay to walk during a run? 100%. 100%. If you feel like you need to walk, especially if you've got a stitch or something, even during a race, I would say track, no. Track, try and do it through. But if you're doing a cross-country race or even a marathon, because there's marathon day, then it's definitely okay to walk if you've got a stitch or something. Like a little bit, like a 1 minute walk. Sometimes you need it, sometimes your legs need it. Like sometimes you need to walk, like especially if you've got an ache or cramp or something. So yeah, 100% it is okay to walk. How do I start running if I'm out of shape? I would say like a gentle jog. So if you're out of shape, the best run actually to do is not a sprint and it's not a short run. It's normally a 1k run. So basically, I know it's called my club do like this thing to get older. That sounds really bad. I was going to say people that are a little bit older than me. That's all I can say, because that sounds offensive. me back into running, and they just do like a 1k or a 2k road run, which is so short, and they're all running together in like a group, and I would generally say that's the best one. Like, even just doing I would say definitely jog, and even if you're just doing like a lap or a run around a block or anything, like, that's what I would say to get back into it. A jog, and then gradually, as it gets easier, up the mileage generally is the best thing to do. Sometimes the best thing actually is the gym, because they have treadmills, and you generally can watch something while you're doing it, and it seems a lot easier, and also you can control the pacing on the treadmill. But I know some people don't feel comfortable, if you're a bit unfit, going to the gym and that, and sometimes treadmills are actually harder because you're just going on the same thing over and over again. But those are like two options that you have, basically. What should I eat before I run to avoid cramps? Okay, generally you can actually avoid cramps if you've eaten out before, but if you're a girl and you're on that time of the month, definitely something light. So something like toast or cereal is quite good. I would definitely say those types of things. Nothing too heavy, and also try to hydrate a lot more as well. But generally, if you drink or eat an hour before, you tend to not get that. So yeah. Okay. How often should I replace my running shoes? Normally after 2 or 3 years, it's probably a best bet. I tend not to replace them until they've actually broke, because although they're a bit worn down, there's nothing wrong with them. Running shoes cost a lot, so genuinely I would actually suggest, although it's not the best idea because they are a bit worn down and stuff, you should probably only replace them after 2 or 3 years, because it is like, they are worn down, not as good, but I find that they still work. I can still run them, so for me it's not too much of a thing. And I'm waiting until I've got a hole in them, or like the laces are broken or something, and then I get new shoes. That's generally what I do, just because of money and cost. What are the best shoes for flat feet or high arches? Okay, so I shop at Run and Become, and I shop in Asics or Brooks. These are the best ones because I have double joints, so I do rotate and stuff. Now, generally they're Run and Become the best because you actually get to try on the shoes and run in them outside their shop and that before buying them, which is honestly just the best. Well, it's a bit awkward. But yeah, Brooke or Asics, they look like these. But they are honestly like the best for them because they help you with rotate, and definitely the best shoes for that. So yeah, that's what I would say. Is a running watch worth the money? Yeah, so I actually have 2 running watches. I use a different one for training. So I have a Fitbit. Comment if you want me to do a video just showing you my Fitbit. But I time this when I'm training because it has different sort of ones. It has sprints and stuff on that. And then I have a Garmin watch when I do park run or when I do a cross country race, because I can time myself, but pardon me, it also shows me my pace. So I was doing it at park run yesterday, and it came up with, you're ahead of pace, you're at 4 minutes and 20 seconds, you're behind pace, you're at 5 minutes and 20 seconds. Like, it was saying that sort of thing. And it also shows you how many minutes you've, like, if you've done 3 miles, it will show you you've done this 3rd mile in 4 minutes. Like, it will like say stuff like that, which is absolutely so cool. It also, when you finish time, will tell you you've got a PB for that time, which I think is also an extra thing. So definitely worth the thing. I find it a bit harder to pace myself around if I don't have them, to be honest. Also this counts your steps as well, so you're getting that in. Do you prefer running with music or no tech? I find running with music hard when I'm on the road, because I do prefer to be aware of my surroundings, especially as a girl, and I just find it better when I'm just around like nature, and when I'm in the zone it's definitely better. I would say on the treadmill though, I do like listening to TV or Netflix or something, so I definitely can see both options, but I would say when I'm not on the treadmill, no music, definitely. Just too distracting. Oh, what should I wear for running in the rain or snow? Okay, this is going to sound really bad, but honestly, just wear what you would wear if it was windy. Because I've learned this. I've wore raincoats, I've wore big jackets. They are heavy. They're going to weigh you down. It's going to feel harder when you run. The only difference that you should wear is if you can wear a hat. There are running hats and there are running gloves. Those are the only things you should wear. No scarf because it goes across your neck and it's going to hit you. Hat and running gloves. Look like this. Very good. I do actually have them. And that's all you should wear when it's raining, because yeah, you might get cold and you might but you're going to run faster. It's going to actually benefit you being out there, because what's the point of running in the rain, running in the snow, if you're going to be so heavy that it's going to have no benefit? So honestly, just hat, gloves if needed. If not, just long top with your normal leggings. Honestly, 100%. What inspired you to start your channel? Oh, well, I already had a YouTube channel. You know, I have my first one, and I think I just waited for when I could talk about running, because I felt like I could talk about it on that one, but I wanted one that was more devoted to it. And I love talking about running because it's such a huge part of my life. I've been running since I was like 11, so, and I just wanted a place where I could like just talk about it. And I know I had another one, so another YouTube channel, but I just felt like I wanted one more dedicated just to my running. So yeah. What was your first ever race like? Oh, my first ever race was a cross-country race at One Tree Hill, and it was horrible and muddy, and I remember crying about it and asking Mum why the hell was I doing this, and she went, "Do you want to quit?" And I went, "Hell no, I want to get better." And she laughed at me. But it was horrible. It was muddy and I fell over, and I think I got mud all over my face, and I didn't even have duct tape at the borrow. I didn't have spikes. I was running in my trousers, and there was just too many hills, and I didn't like it. And I think I'd only been running really for about 2 months, and it was my first ever competition. It's not the best start. No, probably should have started on track. Have you ever dealt with a major injury, and how did you stay motivated? I've not really had major injuries. I had a back pain which lasted about a week, but my big one was pulling my tendon when I was continuing to race, even though I was in so much pain and I was lying. And then I did a road run with my mum, and hot pain went up my leg, and I couldn't run. It hurt. I was crying. It just hurt. I was able to walk back, but I was limping. It was just really bad. And then we got home, and my mum called my coach, and then he requested this podiatrist person, and I had to be out for 6 weeks basically, just to rest it up, saying it was something about the way I sat or something, and he just said it should sort itself out. So I can't sit a certain way on the couch, like I can't sit like that on the couch, like, you know, you have like your ankles like that basically, because it messes up my legs. And I also was wearing spikes too much, so he suggested not wearing them too much at training. I think I stayed motivated because I knew it would end eventually. I knew I was going to be able to run. I did get very depressed and very bored, and I wanted to run. And my mum called me a couple times. She'd be like, even just running downstairs, she was like, no. So So I wouldn't do it normally. I'd try and do like a jog, and I probably would end up breaking my neck downstairs. Honestly, I'm a crazy person. But yeah, definitely. I think it was the fact that I knew it was going to end, so I knew it wasn't going to last forever. So I think that was how I sort of kept motivated. I think I knew, okay, this will pass. I will eventually be able to run, and I will feel much better because I won't be in pain. So I think that's definitely how I stayed motivated. So I'm having to scroll down because I did all these at the top and now I'm having to scroll down. I should have been doing it while I was doing it. Ugh. Okay. How do I balance my social life with like running? So like I said, I have mentioned this recently. I just tend to basically I tend to just run in the evenings or run in the morning, and then the afternoon I tend to do stuff. But I do put it ahead of myself. Like if I'm doing something on Saturday, I won't do a park run, like stuff like that. But training, I'm always very dedicated. That I will say, okay, I can't do Mondays and Wednesdays, but I'm free Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Like I'm like that with stuff. Or I'll miss it if I need to. If it's like a birthday thing, I will miss it. So it's very much just finding the right balance, I think, and deciding which one matters more. You just gotta be prepared. You've gotta have miss some social stuff. You've gotta miss some running stuff. You've gotta make time for both. So it's a bit of balance, definitely. Definitely hard, but definitely worth it in the long run. Okay, looks like we've only got 2 questions left. Okay, wait. Yeah, 2 questions left. People. God, I thought I had more on here actually. Okay. Oh, I got the last. Okay, this one is a would you rather one. Okay, so well, I miscounted. Basically, that's what I was doing, trying to count. I have 3 questions left actually, not 2. So, okay. Okay, would you rather run in 30-degree heat or, oh my god, -10 degrees, freezing cold? Okay, I actually would rather run cold. I don't do well in heat running because you get hot when you run, so you're sweating, you're dripping, it's horrible. I used to have those fans, and I also used to have this spray that I would just spray in my face, and you have to keep dehydrated. When you're running it cold, you will warm up. No matter how cold it is, you will get warm. So honestly, I would rather take it one. No. Okay. I'm skipping some of these because some of these don't apply to me. Because there's one like, what is the dumbest thing you've ever forgotten to bring to a run a race? Like, I have such OCD, I've never forgotten everything, so that isn't like something I can answer really. Okay. What is your hot take or an unpopular opinion you have about your sport? I don't think I have one. Unpopular opinion. I think the only one I really have is like, it's running can sometimes be quite sexist. Like in hurdles, the girl ones are shorter than the boy ones. That's really the only thing I can like think of. But other than that, there's not really a huge like thing. But I think everyone knows that. I don't think I really have unpopular opinions about things. Okay. I'm trying to see if I can find a couple, if I have a couple more, because I've got one I'm definitely gonna answer, but Oh, okay, here's a good one. Got two more. What is a good time for a 5k, 10k, or marathon for someone at my age? Okay, don't know what your age is. If this was you, just comment down below and tell me what your age was. I would say 5k you can do from age 11 because they do park runs at that time and I think it's fine. I would say 10 you have to be 16 because I think you have to be running for a while and you have to be a bit mature. Now I'm counting this club runners, but if you started if you did not start that, then you have to at least be running for at least 2 or 3 years because you have to at least have a mileage. Okay, marathon, I would say 18 plus. For me, generally, I've never done a marathon. I've always wanted to do it. Definitely want to do it if I have more like time. My sister's done it and my dad has done it, and I just generally think you have to be over 18. Like, I generally just think because the amount of time and the amount of strain it puts on your body, definitely think 18. So yeah, definitely. What is your entrance song if you were an elite athlete walking out the race? Okay, this is the final one. Okay, I have so many songs I would pick. I think Eye of the Tigers, quite a good one. Or You Can't Stop Me Now. But I think if I was gonna pick one, it'd probably be Power by Little Mix. You got the power. Because that's got the right kind of like boom, boom, boom music, and sometimes it has bits that don't have lyrics as well, so I think that would be quite good entrance song. But yeah, those are all my questions. Sorry I had to keep scrolling down. I generally forgot how many I had, so then I was going and then I think because I wrote them all down, there was some I didn't realise that didn't apply to me as well, so very sorry for that. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Very sorry if you didn't get to ask me a question, but I will be doing these a lot more, so if you want me to do it again, if you missed out on questions, let me know, we can do it again. But yeah, I will see you guys very soon. Bye bye for now.